Hello Taurus, hope you guys are all doing fabulous. Welcome back to the Sapphire Spider Oracle channel. If it's your first time being here, thanks for stopping in. It's a great year to come in, right? 2022. And let's get started with your reading. This is a check-in for the Pisces new moon that we are about to have here on March 2nd. So we are just checking in for Pisces season in general and the Pisces new moon energy. I have the Wild Unknown Tarot and I have some animal spirit knowledge cards here for us. I have a nice wide variety of crystals and it actually wants me to get everything centered up because it wasn't quite centered before, and we are ready. So let's find out what the spirit animal is guiding you at this time. It's ready. There it is. Alrighty. We have the hawk. I also pulled this for Virgo, so if that's a connection, that's my main sign and Taurus is my moon sign, so there's a little bit of that here, but just in case that's important to anyone, I did also pull this for Virgo's pile. Let's learn about the hawk energy. So it represents healing, vision, rebirth, and spirituality. There are many species of hawk, each with its own legends and associated folklore. The birds have symbolized healing, freedom, vision, and rebirth. In Egyptian mythology, Isis, the goddess of abundance and fertility, assumes the shape of a hawk as she gives birth to her son Horus, who then dies and is reborn. She also becomes a hawk to join her husband Osiris in the underworld. Native Americans associate the hawk with potent magic and use its feathers in healing rituals and in ceremonies to bring rain. There's a lot of hawk symbolism in general sometimes for me. Often a hawk to me represents more than what was just here on the card. It often represents a kind of Knight of Swords energy. Someone who likes to ride in with the truth, or rides for the truth rather. Someone who's very swift. Definitely someone who's very direct with their words and their thoughts. It's just that they state their intentions very clearly, but it sometimes can border on that like being too sharp or too mean kind of energy. But also hawks have amazing vision, so they can see for over long distances, right? And they can find very small details over long distances. So it's also about that mental clarity that you see with a sword suit sometimes. This is carrying a little bit more of a feminine energy because it's related to Isis, therefore, and Horus. So there's some fluid imageries, fluid symbolism coming through on the hawk overall. And it's giving me some other things as well. The one thing it's really pointing out to me though is how this hawk is kind of outlined in light. There's this light kind of coming off of this hawk, and it's really pointing that out to me. So let's dive in, Taurus. Let's expand on this message for the reading and just see what energies are here, what messages are here for you for the Pisces new moon. I do want to say, Taurus, that even while reading that oracle card and even now, it's like my attention is not fully present right now. It's not that my mind is wandering. It's more of like just this kind of spacey airiness. I feel like you're a little unfocused right now, Taurus, and it's not something that I think... It's not like you need to be pushed to focus. It's just something I'm feeling and noticing. So that could be a general energy for you at this time. Might be feeling a little, I said, out of touch. And that's because we're in this watery season right now. And sometimes it's like you're a earth energy. So I don't know. It's just, you don't feel very grounded at this time is kind of what it's saying. You don't feel very grounded at this time. And we haven't had any cards come out yet. So let's ground ourselves for sure with these cards. Even that right there, like just laying out those cards, like it just gave me an optical illusion, and it was like everything just blended together. That's what I mean. There's this kind of spacey, like energy in here right now. I don't quite know what's up with that yet, but let's get started. Ten of Pentacles also pulled that for Virgo. Honestly, it's got me just like staring at this card, just like total blank face, like just staring at this card. Ten of Pentacles is a good card. You're having a really hard time connecting to this energy. That's why it wants me to go ahead and pull the rest of these, because like it said, like you need the whole picture. You need the whole picture, because kind of like waiting for everything to reveal itself is just not working for you right now. You just need to see the whole thing for what it is. It's kind of what it's saying. Something started going here, and it was saying something like, I've got you in my clutches. And it was comparing these eggs to these pentacles here. And then it was also referring to clutches as hand purses, right? So there is something here about your money and stability. This can also represent your time. Because you specifically, Taurus, are an earth energy, you've got this... That's what I mean. This could very much represent just like your time, your energy, your overall happiness, like in all details. And it's saying like, I've got you in my clutches. And it felt more positive when I said that, as if you may also be this Queen of Wands energy. And Pentacles are used to definitely feed and support children, family, homes, which that's the whole thing. This is her nest. She's like bundled up around her eggs, right? So you're doing the same thing. Hang on. Okay, it's giving me something. It's equating these eggs to your abundance monetarily, and vice versa. It said, because like these are your babies, and these babies help bring you this income as well. You might be a teacher, Taurus. You might be a teacher. If not, it's just talking about like in general customers, right? A Queen of Wands, a Mother of Wands, is often seen as a very passionate, powerful woman. So she can usually be associated with business, right? And if you're especially in like a customer service position, or if this is just talking about like a teacher position, or even your own kids, your own money, there's someone or something that also is like symbolic of this money, this time, this energy, and they are in essence your babies. So you know, first and foremost, you have to take care of the customer, the kids in your care, the things that are attached and bring this income with it. And that's where it said, I've got you in my clutches. And that's where it was a positive message. It was like, don't worry, right? It's also giving me, honestly, very much, and especially with this Empress card kind of coming up behind it, it's very much giving me this energy of Mother Nature. Like Mother Nature's telling you, Taurus, that she has you in her clutches. So if you're especially worried about some of these things, Mother Nature has you very protected in this way. For some of you, this is like, it just said timing. It's literally about some timing of things too. There's definitely a message about time coming off of this Ten of Pentacles today. So time is money, people are money, money is money. And this is about you protecting all of that. So this keeps coming in. It's also about kind of this general Mother Nature energy, Mother Universe energy, protecting you as well. So there's this kind of, it wants to dismiss any concerns you might have about something happening to these things. As long as you keep playing the role that you're supposed to keep playing, right? Kind of Mother Nature does the same thing for you. And that's where with this Empress card, it's very much about connecting to nature energy. The Empress is a very feminine energy, and it's all about that abundance, but it's also about receiving, right? That's why it's got all the flowers painted up. Flowers have to be pollinated, so they receive bees, birds, pollinators, right? An Empress, when she sits in her castle, essentially receives the guests that come in for visiting, essentially. And so it's definitely giving you this message of kind of like relax. And when it said clutches, right, you can imagine the snake like tightening up to be fiercely protective over this. And that's what it was just saying, like, relax a little bit, like everything's got you. They want you in, and it said they, so you have a couple of different guides in here. They want you to relax more so that you can be open to receive these things, and so that you can blossom a little bit. When you're all tightly coiled up guarding and protecting this stuff, you're not disempowered, you're just not in your full power as an Empress. An Empress is like, knows she's protected, right? Knows she's abundant, and therefore is her energy is more open and blossoming and ready to receive those things. And that's where we get here with this Eight of Wands, this lightning strike coming down. That is usually about movement and communication. And so especially if you've been, it's pointing out this wand over here, and then pointing out how this lightning strike is becoming a wand. Something just said expansion again. Yeah, expansion. Eight of Wands is very often about communication, meaning like messages being fired off, like many emails, many things to do, right? There's usually a bit of a fast-paced energy with that, or a multiplicity energy with that. It can just be in general like communication coming down, just one main message, which we do see here, but it carries a lot of power, right? With all that rainbow color coming through the lightning. It's like you've been holding on to some form of communication yourself, but I don't think you've been like receiving the right communications to make you feel safe. And that's where the universe is like, open up, everything's fine, it's okay. You need to be more open to receive all of these blessings. When you're all tightly coiled and bound, like, it's just not, we can't gift you this energy, right? And it is present and it is there. So it's like, once you unfold a little bit, it gave it to me like unfolding, like petals unfolding. Once you unfold a little bit and allow yourself to kind of like shine and blossom and bloom and be thankful and grateful and just open in general to especially some earth energy, Mother Nature energy. There's some kind of communication that comes through. Could just be a spiritual communication, could be some other kind of communication in regards to these things over here. So you very much need to open up your energy. That's one thing. Got to open up your energy. It just said stretch like a tree. It just gave me a personal memory of when I went to this like art camp and they did like interpretive dance and stuff like that. And that was one of the stretches they had us use to warm up with. Like, you had to pretend you were a tree, right? So that was kind of a little cute message that came through. Okay. So now that we like got that message out of the way, we can like move a little slower. It's like you needed some reassurance up here, Taurus, that like everything was gonna be cool. That's really how it feels. So this also came out for Virgo, and Virgos are earth signs too. So earth signs seem to be focusing very much on pentacles, on earth energy at this time, which would simply mean, like I say, kind of represents you. Let me sit with it so I can see if it's a different message. Yeah, I do. I feel like this one's talking more about like your body, actually. It's talking to me about like the energy centers in your body. And there was a lot of discussion about that on this card in the Virgos reading. So now it's here more on this card. These are kind of showing you like the energy meridians in your body and where some main points are in your chakras. And of course, it makes this cross, and that's where it's kind of indicating that the center here is around the solar plexus and heart chakra area. So there's a lot of, it just said tension. There's a lot of tension that's actually coming from the core. It's like talking to me like an exercise language, but it's also talking to me in energetic language. It's 555 on the clock. So there needs to be some kind of change within your energy, within your body, and how you use both of these things. When you have weak core muscles, right, your back can hurt, your body can hurt, and things like that. And that's where then a lot of stress gets put into these other areas. But it's also giving it to me like the head, the crown chakra, the root chakra, and then like your hands are definitely extensions off of the heart chakra. And so these could be, think of it kind of like the points of a, like a compass, right? The compass rose. There's something there in both of those areas, which is like stability, security, right, for root chakra, wisdom and knowledge from crown chakra, and then left and right, your hands are give and take. Think of it more as receiving and giving, not give and take. Receiving and giving energy, right? Energy that you receive and energy that you put out. These are kind of like four main areas where I think you need some rebalancing, but it's actually referring to that core energy, which is around the heart and solar plexus chakra. And that's where it seems like that's really where something, you need some kind of weight to balance that here, right? There's something here. I was getting that message for sure. So we're working on like heart and solar plexus chakra right now. There's something in the core that needs to be rebalanced so that these other energy centers can be rebalanced, is essentially what it's saying. And it's telling you that and showing you that so that you understand why you haven't been able to kind of release that tight hold on some stuff, right? Two of Wands, yeah. Your goal is to make sure that everything and everyone is taken care of and supplied for. And that's where it's kind of saying like you have all of your priorities and goals in line. But with this being a Two of Wands and she's only got one wand, it's kind of implying that you need some help to achieve this, to do that. And that's another reason why you've been so uptight, because you're just holding on to everything and you can't, right? Like you're very nervous about letting that go. So this whole message is very much like Mother Gaia energy coming through. Like we see all the reasons of why you've been in this energy. Here's all the reasons why. Both physically, like I literally think it's talking about some of you for your bodies. Like if you've noticed some like pain in your body and stuff, your issues manifest in your tissues. Spiritual issues manifest in your tissues. This can all be very representative of energy that's literally like locked up that you need to release. And it's also showing you the reasons why, so that you can understand how that kind of stress builds up in your body and stuff, right? And for Virgo's energy, I was talking about how this was like on their back in essence. So if you've got a lot of weight on your back and your core is really weak, like you're just kind of crumpling in on yourself, right? Clutching in on all of this. And so it's just saying like the real reason why is you feel like you've needed some help to achieve all of this stuff. But the real power and goal is like you are doing really good, strong moves. Like you're doing a good job, Taurus. You're doing a good job. But you're being encouraged to open up and blossom and relax a bit. Something just came through on this Son of Swords, which is a Knight of Swords, which I was describing very much with this energy. Look how similar these cards can look, right? And that's where this one said, this isn't a wand, but I do have a sword. So it's trying to kind of come bring you something. It's very much as if it's like someone, there is this little outside energy that recognizes what this stuff is, and it's like, you know, I might not have exactly what you need, but it is offering to bring you a sword. A sword is, again, that clarity, that communication, and that truth, things that they see that you may not see. And so there's, it just said information. There might be information that's important that this person kind of senses about your situation. They're bringing it in, right? So they've got some information that, and again, being in that receiving energy, like I said, this is communication. This is definitely information. This could be documents and data, emails, text messages, or an actual conversation. This could imply something that's a little more in the possibly spiritual realm. Like, it's not just someone communicating with you about goals in general. This is something a little more ethereal, it wants to say. And said, so that's nice. Like, there is someone at least paying attention and kind of offering you assistance. But, right, it's not like a total match to your goals and what you want. So, like, cool, appreciate it, not totally the thing. So then what's this? Like, what are you waiting on? What is this Eight of Wands for you? Something said planting season, but this is a Six of Cups, so it's talking about a little bit of things from the past. The way it just presented it to me was like this rainbow lightning bolt. Like, it came down right where all of these wands are pointing to. It's like these wands marked the target spot. They're like, we need you to show up or come down right here or right now, right? Or it needs to be exactly like this. And I think it finally does. And that's where it was implying that this lightning bolt, in essence, plants the seed that grows into this tree. And there's all the colors and the roots right there, right? It said the word established, right? Established, like, you know that to be established, things take time. Talking a lot about time over here. You're feeling constricted on time, perhaps, as well. And it's like, you know, I've got this wand. I need something to match it. Someone's trying to bring some information into you. It's not an exact match, but it possibly is helpful information about kind of like when this will occur. Honestly, Taurus, I'm getting a bit of like a pregnancy message off of this, especially because you got the Empress right here. And I'm just saying, go check out the Virgo reading a little bit because that was there. This is kind of talking about just, right, like I said, like things being planted, things being established, growing into trees in the future, which trees take time to grow up too. And a Six of Cups is very much usually like a soulmate card or reunion card, or it's about past lives, it's about relatives, it's about ancestors, it's about everything that you see here in these roots being connected. So you're kind of like waiting on the right time for something. This could just be about, again, jobs. If you're a teacher, if you are a social worker or something like that, it can very much be about money. And family doesn't have to just be blood family, and births don't have to just be about people. They can be about projects and ideas, things that you need money and time for, things that you want to see grow into beautiful, you know, long-term projects that hopefully withstand the test of time. Ooh, okay, there we go. There's something here about withstanding the test of time, and that's something that is, that's kind of like the final line here overall for this message is, you've been withstanding the test of time on your own. It has made you very tired and weak. I can kind of feel that. But there's been good things. It's just something's not quite on track. Something's not quite matched. You're very much a little uptight about it all and just kind of like holding on to it too hard. The universe wants you to let go of it a little bit because you've already withstood the test of time. Now it's time to receive some of the things that you've been working on and waiting on. And I think that's what's really coming in. That's what you're waiting on, is the moment that your idea or your project or whatever can actually finally take root. And you want this as the final result. And that takes time. So it said, so I want it now. So I want it to happen now, right? Interesting. Let's get one final card, and there it is, right in the center. Boom. And it just said, but it feels like all of that is in the way. Interesting, though. It also just, wow, that's an interesting implication for a Ten of Wands. I usually don't see that. Usually a Ten of Wands is talking about burdens and like there just being way too many tasks on hand. You can't make your way through, and that's what you have seen so far, it said. And that's the whole thing. That's why you feel like you're just like, I need this to happen now because this is all you can see in the way. Notice how it kind of blocked all these cards. That's why this information is important, because honestly what it is there's too many wands in the way. Too many, it just said competing wands. There's too many competing wands. There's too many wands in the way for you to actually make some progress on this. And a sword is what comes through and cuts those things down. Clears the path, clears the way, right? So you do need this information. You do need that kind of communication about when is this officially going to like kind of touch down and take root in my life one way or another. And that's where it was also implying that, right, there's just, for some of you, it's about like there's just too many options. There's too many paths. There's too many things that you could possibly do. And Spirit doesn't want you to do anything. It's time for you to receive information. So don't do anything. Your path is blocked, but it's not blocked at the same time. It's just like, it's just time for you to receive some stuff, okay? So stop stressing about it. It's kind of what it's saying. Like, stop stressing about it. Said you're only making this like darker and worse the more that you focus on it. But also though, if you're looking for another wand to match your goal, well, here's 10 of them waiting on you. And that's where it was kind of a positive message. Like, for some of you, it's like you have more options than you think you do, right? So take that how it resonates. It just said resonates. Interesting little twist on words there. Resonates. Some of you have more options than you think you do. Some of you can't see them because it feels like it's all blocked and everything. There's someone coming through with some information, some kind of communication that helps to really make it very clear cut for you. And this feels more real world. This feels more spiritual in essence. So I think it's a two-way communication, meaning you're going to have two things. You're going to have something in the real world. You're going to have something that's a little more abstract for you. It said, and that should be a clear sign. That should be a clear sign. Just stop stressing about it. I can just tell now, by the time we got to the end of this reading, right? And honestly, my head is so much more clear now that we're at the end of this reading. I'm telling you, I was feeling all spacey and like out of touch, ungrounded up here. Definitely get in touch with the earth energy. You need that. And you need to just relax and open up, because you are stressing over this stuff, and it just said it's not your job to cut all of this down. That's the whole thing. You're waiting on other stuff to come in and help clear this path for you. It said you've done all you can do right now. It said, and then that's where it just said keep holding strong. Like, don't hold so tight that you can't move and you feel uncomfortable, but keep holding your position strong, because this is a Queen of Wands, right? This is coming out more as you right now. You're doing fine. You're doing fine. You're just waiting on the right stuff to appear and come in. And that's why the universe is telling you to relax, because until you relax, some of this stuff is not going to fly in. And look at that. It just came in. There it went. Just like that. So you got to relax a little bit. Just like take a deep breath. And it just gave me an affirmation to say. It said the path is clear. The path is clear. Interesting. It just gave me an old J-Lo song here at the very end. It said, don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. If we had rocks in here, it would maybe be these eggs or these pentacles right here, right? It said, don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. Kind of the same thing here. No matter where I go, I know where I came from. That's a very like grounding and humbling message in essence, right? There's a bit of that power struggle up here, but it's not like you're just afraid of kind of losing your stuff, your position, your grip on reality, your hold on things, your security, your stability in life. And it's saying like, no matter what, you know where you came from, but you're definitely empowered and doing good now. You have a lot of things come with a lot of responsibilities. You need to relax. The universe is here to clear this path, and the path is clear. So relax. Okay? That's what I got for you, Taurus. Let me know how it resonates for you guys. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe as you see fit. Wish you guys all a happy Pisces season, and I will see you on the next batch of readings. Thank you.